All right. Let's see if it started. Oh, did I turn? Yeah, I turned this on.
Oh, so you're not going to record this. This one's just going to be a live stream.
Yeah, I do both. Like you can.
Oh,
Do you use
okay.
this or do you use the XSplit?
No, I use the Elgato Game Capture, and I run everything through that, including restream access.
All right. It's this thing filters out the AC so they can't tell I'm in an igloo. All right, so today we're going to be working on an 820-00165 board with no backlight. I have a new person here that's going to be fixing it for me, and
Yeah, right.
oh, come on, be a good sport. All right, be a good sport. Let's see if this one's easy. They want to know what your name is.
Oh, where's the chat?
Oh, down here. Lewis and
Oh yeah, Marty.
Marty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I put Lewis through the ringer Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings in the gym.
He's the reason I can walk without wobbling since my quadricep tear in 2016.
Yeah, he's
That
actually
sucked.
pretty fucking stable too.
I'm almost done waddling. All right, so let's take a look at what. Uh, come on, camera. All right, so let's take a look at what the machine itself looks like. This camera lens that I have on here is so ridiculous that that the mount actually moves all the time.
That's the name is not actually Monty, but you know.
Mahdy.
Yeah.
Are you related to Monty Python? No,
You
he's
know,
he's probably.
Actually, I'm related to Rick and Morty.
All right. So if we look at the casing, you can see that there's a little bit of blue over here and blue over here. So that tells me that I'd probably want to look in this area. So the first thing we do is check out the screen circuit on screen. Ahem, there we go. So the screen connects at J8300. Now, in order to measure backlight, we have to figure out which one of these pins is probably for backlight. Ahem, there we go. So we have DP intimal. They're really getting you. We have DP int, DP aux, I2C, I2C, LCD backlit. So LCD backlit sounds closest. That's like, think of this like a hick saying LCD backlit. That's LCD backlight. So I'm going to guess that this is LCD backlight. So we're going to measure that and see what voltage we get. Now on a working MacBook Air, we expect to get something around 25, 29 volts. Let's see what this one gives. I'm just going to put the meter on. Pray that Paul Daniel software works today and shows me there we go. Shows me a light. So let's turn it on. I got the screen plugged in and open. And yoink. I bought a Moto G4 4G because of your recommendation. It serves me well. Thank you. Awesome. And you probably only spent $170 on that phone too. How common are backlight repair jobs? As common as liquid spills. So we get 8.5 volts. Now 8.5 volts means 8.5 volts means a very specific thing. So if we go over to the backlight circuit page, here we go. And let's just get this to show up on screen.
I use OBS. Okay.
There we go. PDF. So this is supposed to take Pepe Bus G3 hot over here, which is going to be 8.56 volts, and this is going to be the transistor that decides whether or not 8.5 volts goes to the backlight circuit, and this is where the boosting occurs. You have the inductor. This chip is going to switch to ground over and over again, and the diode is going to store the pulses of 25 volts over here, and the capacitor is going to smooth it. So this is supposed to be 27 volts. Now, if we're getting 8.5 volts, that tells me a couple of things. Firstly, that the fuse is good. Every time the customer says that it's the fuse, it's not the fuse, which is how I knew that it was going to be 8.5 volts, since it said in the ticket, please replace the fuse. It's never the fuse. So I know that this is working. Now I also know that Q7706 is opening because we have voltage and output. I know that the coil is not broken, so Jess's t-shirt is sadly correct. I know the diode is good, and I know that there's not a short circuit to ground, so none of these backlight output capacitors probably fail. There's a couple of possibilities. Behind door number 1, backlight enable is low, so it's not being told to turn on, and I know that pin A3 is for enable because it says EN. EN is short for enable. Or behind door number 2, the feedback trace is broken. So feedback is going to be over here where it says FB for feedback. So similar to, imagine if you're driving and that somebody throws a towel over your head. You're probably going to immediately hit the brakes because you can't see where you're going. If this chip can't see the voltage it's creating at output, it's going to stop boosting and just go back to passing its input voltage through without any boosting. So the first thing we're going to do is flip the board over and find out where it is we can find backlight enable and find out where we can find feedback. So if I right-click backlight enable, Paul Daniels' software will show me right where it is. And it keeps shilling for him since he provided this stuff very cheaply. And let's see what backlight enable voltage is. So backlight enable is going to be created by taking the voltage from the input of the backlight circuit, which is 8 volts, and putting it through this voltage divider. Now the purpose of a voltage divider is to lower a voltage very cheaply. And most chips use some kind of 3-volt logic. So if the input of this circuit is 8 volts, and you want to turn it on anytime that this gate opens, you're going to want to have a voltage divider over here that lowers that 8 volts to something like 3 volts, which is what R7731 and R7715 is. This is going to send some of the 8 volts to backlight enable and some of the 8 volts to ground, which winds up coming out to somewhere around 2 or 3 volts. There's actually a calculator you can use for this. So if you know that you're getting 8 volts on input on PPVin SOSW LCD backlight, then you can do a calculation with the 200 and 100 kiloohms here, and it'll show you, if I find the browser window that I can open, it doesn't have something it's not supposed to in there. Do you use a separate account, or do you just make sure to close all the windows you're not supposed to have open before you stream?
Well, I just put when I monitor the chat, or I monitor the stream quality, which is both. I have one YouTube page open, one. Also, I don't have what's going on my computer. I don't have that showing the stream.
That's smart. So resistor number 1 is going to be 200 kiloohms, and the second resistor is 100 kiloohms. So the output voltage that this thing tells me we should get is 2.85. So backlight enable should be 2.85. Let's see what backlight enable actually is. Let me just turn off the whatever it is I put on Sumat. Oh, yeah, this thing. There we go. So backlight enable is going to be on this. These are the 2 resistors themselves. And if we look at them on the microscope, look at the upper right.
Looks like some blue shit on it.
So what do you see on the upper right? If I join Discord, can I have a plane ticket and a job? No. Paul S. is the only one that got that lucky. Kopez says new intern?
New intern.
Yeah, actually, Kopez, this guy has replaced you. You don't have to show up anymore. Get the fuck... He just started working here last week, but he's done. Yeah, see? This is your replacement.
Oh, shit.
I
know exactly 0% of what he knows.
Okay.
No, actually, I'm neither. I'm Lewis's personal trainer.
Okay, so...
But I have a background in information technology, just not on the Apple side.
It seems like he's afraid that you've taken his job. We're kidding. We're actually kidding. No. Look at his... Oh my god, this is funny. All right, so in all seriousness, what do you all in chat think is the problem with this backlight enable circuit? Corroded pads? Good. Wait, he's the student? No, we refunded him. No. No. What's your opinion on Asus? Do you have Windows 10 YouTube? Whoa, this is the sex guy? What?
What?
What the fuck are you on about?
What are you on? You know something I don't.
No. Let's see. Pubes. Yes, correct. So watch. You could probably knock this off the board just by tapping it. That's not held on securely. I should not be able to do that. So let's see if I can save this pad. So you can see that only half the pad is still there. We're going to scrape at it a little bit. Turn on the fume extractor so we don't inhale any of this stuff. No smoking.
Yeah, you don't want to inhale those pubes.
You don't want to inhale pubes for sure. It's no good for you. Okay. And add a little.
That's the new burrito guy. What?
We've joked about opening a burrito store, and
Oh my god.
he is not the burrito guy.
Although
Rip
I have to
pads.
say, Lewis did get me eating a burrito a couple of weeks ago.
I'm ruining his health slowly.
Oh no.
Undoing his. Undo. Okay. Do this. We're going to clean the one that's right next to it. There we go. Let's make the little bit more exposure. There we go. Okay, now you have to find a board that still has that on it. Yoink. We got a new fun delivery today. A fresh set of donor boards.
Oh, so you can strip parts from them?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you're gonna try to put replace the missing or the defective pad on one side.
Yeah, with one of these.
Oh, okay. So these are probably otherwise defective boards.
These are ones that were defective from the factory. So they never wound up getting finished. So they get tossed out the back door, and then somebody steals all the good stuff off of them, like all the important stuff, like the RAM and the CPU. And then I get this for like $15 or so. Okay. When is Lewis going to carry the aerosol version of that flux? Never. All right, so. Whoops, sorry. Those scratch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't want to fuck this up.
I mean, they scratch people. Like all these little things that stick out. They scratch there.
I've dealt with circuit boards in the past.
It's
been a really long time. Damn, 3 packs a day. Give the ones a break.
Who's smoking 3 packs a day? Oh, used to. That's a good thing.
Still.
Yeah, smoking is no good for you. Instead of smoking, you should solder with a fume extractor.
His current workout schedule, he normally works with me on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm hoping to expand that schedule, but also expand his off-day cardio regimen.
So I'm no longer a pudgy beer belly. It's okay. Repeal that.
Chat is cool as fuck, man.
Okay.
Cool ass people in the chat.
It's no, don't run away. Little resistor. Fixed his phone? Oh.
You guys keep getting bad streams.
Why do you keep fucking up people's phones, man?
Why do you keep purchasing bad streams?
I didn't purchase them. I charged back that lady. And I sent most of her shit back to China. Alright. So, why are you using stuff from that pile? Oh.
Oh my fucking god.
YouTube. 3 packs in New York City, that's 100 after tax. Yeah, probably. Alright. Let's see if we get a light. So my motor's supposed to arrive on the 6th. I can't wait to see Paul put that on. All right, turn on. Light up.
No, it's not. It's not lit.
All right, no light. Let's see what voltage I get. Same. All right, backlight output is 8 volts. And let's see what backlight enable is.
Yeah, allocated brain. Stay away from that shit. You don't need it.
I'm over 30. I've never smoked, and I don't. Yeah, I agree.
How do you gain and maintain weight? That is. How do you gain and maintain weight? So,
You should have a microphone.
man, that is a question, man. You're gonna put a fucking microphone on me.
People look. Yeah.
But I do want to answer that question though.
There you go.
This motherfucker is charging AA batteries with a USB port.
It's safe. I'm sure it's OSHA.
That shit is gonna explode on my back. Hey, yo. Pause.
There you go. You're not less of a man for wearing a pink microphone, but I don't care what they say.
I'm just trying to figure out how to put this. What the?
Oh, other way. Left, yeah.
What?
Like this.
Oh, okay. I think I'm more concerned that it looks like a weird ass tiara.
Oh. It helps. Let's see. Did I plug it in?
Oh shit.
Plugged in? Hello. Let's see. Mic, input 2.
Might check 1, 2.
Let me see this thing. Oh, it's muted. Here we go.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right. So, what was the question?
All right. So someone was asking about trying to gain and maintain weight. So somebody who is asking me a question like that is probably an ectomorph, somebody who struggles to keep on any kind of mass, be it adipose tissue or lean body mass. So, having a high metabolism and probably a relatively low appetite or an extremely high metabolism with a high appetite, you're going to have to kind of trick your body into lifting a certain way and also basically eating all day long. You're going to need to be eating probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 500 calories per day over what your body burns. So what you're talking about is the law of thermodynamics. So the law of thermodynamics says calories in, calories out. So if you're a person who burns more calories than you consume, then you're going to have a lot of trouble keeping on weight. If you take in a lot more calories than you burn off, then you're going to be a fat fuck. So
we're missing a ball. Do continue.
Oh, so anyway, so the key is that you want to trick your body to get into a mode where it wants to hold on to stuff. So you want to make sure that you're lifting weights in a certain way that will grow the muscle size. So if you're lifting super heavy weight for low volume, you'll get stronger, but you're not going to gain much weight. But what you want to do is you want to lift moderately heavy, somewhere in the 70 to 80% of whatever your 1 rep maximum is. And you want to put heavy volume somewhere between 40 and 100 reps per muscle group to try to increase the size. And you're going to have to take in a lot of calories. Now, someone here just mentioned riding a bike 20 miles a day. That is definitely, if you're looking to put on mass, doing a lot of cardio is definitely going to work against you.
definitely going to work against you. It's going to, you're going to get a different kind of muscle mass that is it's going to be muscle fibers that are much smaller, but they're going to last much longer. So you don't need, large lumbery muscle to ride a bike or to run. You need it to lift heavy shit off the floor. So I would probably say avoid doing too much cardio if you're a skinny guy.
Look at that. The ball just evaporated. It's gone. Harvey Weinstein's balls are in better condition than that one.
Hey, yo.
They're trolling you.
No, that's all good. Well, if you want to gain body mass, yeah, get old. But if you want lean body mass, well, you're going to have to work for it. And especially if you're a guy who is naturally thin, it's going to be work eating the food necessary. It's going to take a lot of work to eat the food necessary to generate the body mass that you're going to need in order to keep the weight on you. It's very, very difficult. I'm a person that is an ectomorph. I'm a person that has a lot of trouble gaining and maintaining weight. But, I've already eaten 5 times today. And what time is it? Eastern Standard, it's 7 p.m. And I'm probably going to eat twice more today. You have to keep pounding the food. You have to pound the food all fucking day long. And you're going to have to... You're going to have to do a lot of fucking reps, man. But that's like the short version. That's like the I guess the abridged version.
Yeah.
The Cliff Notes version. As Robin says, you have to eat right to begin with. Don't eat crap. Yeah. I mean, there are ways that you can kind of trick your body into taking bad food and using it to your advantage. But I don't recommend that. If you want quality muscle that's going to stay on your frame and help you live your life, either if you're young, trying to get the chicks to swipe right so you can get laid once in a while, you still want that same muscle so you can carry your groceries 20 years after that. So you don't really want to use crap components to build a quality muscular physique. You want to use quality components, but it all depends on how much money you have to burn, because good food costs a lot of fucking money. I don't know why that is, but, this is just the way it is. Well, I can tell you that Lewis is actually starting to... he's starting to rival his old 1 rep maximum on the squat. So he's working really hard with the heavy barbell back squat. And he does so without pain. And he does so relatively stable. So, ask him about the deadlift. That's something that we're working a little bit harder on. But he's pretty fucking good on the squat, which is really the main motion that's going to let you know whether or not a quadriceps injury is still an issue or not. And it definitely is no longer an issue for him.
He's good at what he does. All right, so I need you to solder a new LP8550 on there. I'm going to get one for you. Come on.
You got this guy right here.
He can't be on camera. He's
the minor.
Yeah, you said that. Let me get a chip.
Yo, you're definitely not fired yet. VG Burnsy asks, is white rice bad? White rice has virtually no nutrients in it. Depends on the rice. Yeah, I like to stay with the brown rice. Wait, somebody asked. Somebody says stay the hell away from soy. Absolutely, stay away from soy. Stay away from soy.
Don't tell them what type of burrito I get.
And that's not just for men. Men staying away from soy. Women also, because it will fuck up your endocrine system.
I'm trusting chat to not say what type of burrito is my favorite right now. I will ban you all. if you get me in trouble. How bad you are. No.
I'm not saying to never eat
yes.
Asian rice, Kopaz. What I'm saying is that if you have a fitness goal, be it aesthetic or a strength goal or a power goal, you want to put things in your body that are going to work you towards that goal. So if you're a person that struggles to put on weight, everything that goes in your body needs to work towards your goal, because you're already going to struggle to put calories in your body. You don't want to put empty calories that don't really have a purpose for you. It depends on the pasta. But if you're talking about bleached stuff, like, it's not going to help you very much.
What are your opinions on Frank Medrano? Who's Frank Medrano?
That sounds like the name of a professional bodybuilder, if I'm not mistaken.
What about fasting to get lean?
I would say I'm really not about the fad diet. I'm about healthy, balanced eating. A lot of the people that you see that have been successful with, these intermittent fasting and all this other stuff, all these weird things, these people used to eat balanced and then wanted to get to another level for aesthetics so they can, I don't know, photo shoots for, modeling or to sell whatever program that they want to sell you. I really don't recommend intermittent fasting for the general population. I would just say balanced eating. Making sure that you're hitting all of your macronutrients, making sure that you're taking in enough protein to replenish the muscles that you damage when you work out, making sure you're getting the proper amount of carbohydrates so that you can fuel your body, and fat so that you can absorb vitamins and minerals that will also help you in the restoration process. So making sure that you're hitting all of your macronutrients, that you're getting enough fiber in your diet, making sure that you're not going any more than 3.5 hours between meals. These are things that I recommend. You'll probably hear something else from somebody else, but I'm also pretty sure they'll have some other shit to tell you as well. So I'm just giving you the straight up. Like, balanced eating. Balance is the key to life in general, but when you're talking about nutrition, balance. Fuck the fad diets. Fuck the bullshit.
How do you correctly align small BGAs? I'll leave that question for you, and then I'll answer the one on what the minimum weight the guy should target if he's 6'1", 194 pounds. Okay, if
you said minimum weight?
Yeah, the way you align a micro BGA is there are these little pads in the board. You see all these little pads?
6'1", 194 is a great fucking weight.
Yeah, all these little pads.
But it just depends on, what your physical composition is. If you're skinny fat, then I can't say that it's great for you. If you don't feel great when you lift, that's not great. If you don't feel great when you run, that's not great. But I would probably say if you were a guy that was able to put on mass, 194 pounds, that's a great physique, in my opinion.
Now to the BGA question.
I drive a car without power steering.
If you want to align the chip, all you have to do when you put it on the board is scratch it. So if you scratch the chip and the distance that the chip moves is larger than the diameter of a pad, it's not aligned. If you try to scratch a chip right after placing it on top and it doesn't move more than the diameter of a single pad, then it is aligned.
Okay, so I'm going to answer something that S. Robbins said. S. Robbins says, fasting is for cleaning the body and giving the digestive tract a rest so it can repair itself. I hate to tell you this, Robbins, but you're absolutely incorrect.
Here's the mouse so you can scroll.
100% incorrect. The human body is made to repair itself the way that it is. And you're not going to be able to do a really good job in repairing yourself if you don't have the fuel that is necessary to run your immune system so that your body can repair itself. The body repairs itself just fine. And here's another thing, because it's something I actually learned fairly recently. A lot of these colon cleanses that people get into, And that's the kind of shit that I'm talking about.
Those
the
drive
juice
me nuts.
cleansing and all that weird shit. And first of all, your body does a really, really thorough job of removing fecal matter from its body. Your body, like your intestines, have both enzymes and bacteria that live in your digestive tract that assist in the cleansing of your entire body. So, as a matter of fact, 70% of your immune system lives where this, supposedly, oh my God, you're being gunked up, with fecal matter. The little traces that are left are where the good bacteria live that support your immune system. So when you fast, you are basically setting your body into a famine protection mode, where you're going to be more likely to start binge eating, which is definitely going to give you the physique that you don't want, regardless if you're skinny or fat or in the middle. The effects of binge eating on your body will definitely give you the kind of physical reaction you're not looking for.
The other thing that sucks about the juice cleanses as a vegetarian and vegan is that there's three things that suck. The first is that if you do a juice cleanse, you're likely not, since you're not eating anymore and it's a radical change, you're going to feel much less energy. Mm-hmm. The second is that they're ridiculously expensive at most of the trendy places that offer them. So it causes, and the third is that most of them taste like shit. So most people will try that, think that being a vegetarian or a vegan means that you have no energy, you spend a lot of money, you're never full, and it tastes like shit. And then it winds, the pendulum is going to swing back, and then you're going to want to eat a bunch of stuff that's complete garbage to make up for the fact that you tortured yourself for 2 weeks. I can't stand it.
I could not have said that any better, because one of the weird things is people say, well, I feel better, I feel lighter because I had this cleanse.
I didn't feel
No,
better.
You spent 30 days not eating garbage for once. That's why you feel better. But a lot of people say, well, I'm going to do this juice cleanse so I can go and I can start binge drinking and put all this other garbage in my body and it'll even out. Nah, the human body doesn't work that way, buddy.
But it's... I used to run, but I kept funking up my ankles, so I've been walking instead. Walking has done basically nothing for me. How come running works so much better for weight loss?
You burn more calories, literally. Again, the law of thermodynamics is very clear: calories in, calories out. So, running takes it takes a whole lot more in the way of physical energy in kilocalories to maintain than just simple walking. Now, walking is better than sitting. If you do a whole bunch of walking, and you never run, you can still improve your physique if you just do a shitload of walking. Will running help you burn more calories? Yes. But then you also have to worry about your movement patterns. Are you a sedentary person? Meaning, are you a person that normally sits on your ass and watches people live stream shit, right? If you just get out of your chair and start running, what kind of movement patterns are you going to employ when you run? And how is that going to affect the way that your muscular systems work? And will it help you become healthier? Or will you start feeling pain in your knee, ankles, hips, lumbar spine, upper trap area? I see a lot of this kind of stuff. So, moving is great, but moving with good movement patterns is even better. Abdul said, when did it become a fitness channel? It became a fitness channel...
About 20 minutes ago.
About 20 minutes ago.
Pretty much.
And it will cease being a fitness channel in about 5?
5 or 10 minutes.
About 5 or 10 more minutes.
When he decides to stop answering questions. Fuck the fad diets, agreed, says Paul Daniels.
All day.
It was right, Lewis needs an e-bike. I'm getting an e-bike very soon. How about pork?
Pork is not... If pork is properly prepared, you can use it to help with as an alternate protein source. Just understand that it's not the most efficient protein source of all the meats. It's probably ranked just ahead of red meat. It'll probably be in the low 90 percentile as far as as how efficient your body is at as taking the protein and absorbing it for itself. Eggs is the number one. Every gram of protein you take in from an egg, your body will use it. If you're demanding that your body use it. Chicken is like second. Fish is probably third. Then pork, and then beef. The problem with beef is that the muscle fibers, when you eat beef, they tend to just be a little bit tougher for your body to digest. It takes longer to digest. So the rotting process starts with the beef in your intestines.
Where's that comment?
Yeah, it just takes too long. It takes too long to really process the beef. The rotting process will start before you fully pass the beef through your system. Chicken breaks down easier. Pork is kind of, in the middle. Fish is pretty easy to break down. Your body will use it. Almost all of the protein that comes from eggs and chicken.
See, he says, I'm trying to find one comment I lost before. We are not meant to eat 7 times a day. You are supposed to keep insulin down. Intermittent fasting is how we're supposed to live.
Well, if you're eating several large meals a day, yeah, you're going to have a problem. So it's all about portion control. Everybody has the baseline amount of calories that they burn just to keep their organs running. We call it the BMR, the basal metabolic rate. So as long as you're staying within the range of your basal metabolic rate and account for your daily activity multiplier, which is however many calories that your body uses to run your organs over a 24-hour period, then multiply by how much activity you do. If you sit here in this chair all day, or if you work out 5 or 6 times a week, the daily activity multiplier will factor in. Also, if you're a male or a female, there's another multiplier that goes in with that. But as long as you stay within the range of what your body needs to run in accordance with your fitness goals, it will not fuck up your insulin levels.
Do you even lift, says Little MD.
Nah, I don't lift at all.
I lift in a park. I know that meme. I know.
But you know what? If you lift in the park, if you're doing calisthenics, depending on whatever your goals are, if you just want to be shredded and lean, and you want to do calisthenics to get there, it's gonna work.
Let's see, where was the guy with there was one guy that said
But I'm definitely not advocating people eat 700-800 calorie meals a day. That doesn't make any goddamn sense unless you're a top level athlete that requires 6,000 calories a day.
Some guy said I'm 6 foot something, 400 pounds, and I want to lose weight without losing all my muscle. What do I do?
What?
Yeah, the comment scrolled by. It was at like 7:08, so I can't scroll up to it.
I would need to have a lot more information on your situation, buddy.
I'm 51. Is there an age multiplier, BMR?
Actually, there is. There is, because your body is definitely not going to handle. Your body's not going to handle food the same way when you're 10 as when you're 20, as when you're 30, as when you're 40 and 50. So yeah, there definitely is an age multiplier with that.
So somebody wants to know he has migraine attacks and wants to know if you have medical experience.
I don't have medical experience, but one of the things that I do know about some pressure headaches is that if you have poor posture, the upper traps, if you have like really sore shoulders, I'm talking about like upper traps. A lot of people don't know. They think traps. They're like, oh my God, to see this guy with these large traps. A lot of people don't understand that the upper trapezius muscle does not terminate at the base of the neck. It terminates at the base of the skull. So that muscle that you feel right there in the back of your skull is actually part of the same muscle group as what sits there right on top of your shoulders. So if you have some shoulder impingement, or you have just generally poor posture because you sit in front of a microscope soldering shit all day, like this motherfucker right here, you could have an overactive trap muscle that can lead to headaches that start really in the back of your head. So No, I don't have any medical experience, but I do know that about posture. It can cause some pretty serious headaches if you have poor posture.
Daily exercise recommendation for someone with a genetic breathing inefficiency that makes it difficult to get into cardio, but no interest in lifting.
I would probably say for you, that's Arctic
Reverus.
Yeah. I would probably just start slow, because if you have a breathing inefficiency, it's probably due to inactivity. So it's kind of like a catch-22. You can't do that much activity because you don't breathe that well, and you don't breathe that well because you don't do too much activity. But if you slowly amp up, your output, I think that you could definitely see some results. My wife is an asthmatic who had a lot of trouble sometimes just walking long distances. But over the years, as she just kind of, done, some of the stuff she's done via strength training, but some of it she's done as just start out walking, walk a little faster, a little jog, get to a half a mile, get to 5 kilometers, improve her time in the 5 kilometers, extend to 10 kilometers, improve her time in the 10 kilometer. It's like a steady thing. So I guess the best advice I could give anybody out there is understand that if you're making any progress at all, you're doing a good fucking job. You don't need to try to become like a world-class athlete on day one. If you are making progress, if you're better today than you were last Monday, then that needs to be celebrated. You don't have to try to get super fit all in a short amount of time. For a lot of people, they got out of shape over an extended period of time. You're not going to work miracles in a week or in a month. It's going to take time to get to where you want to be, since it took time for you to get to where you are.
Women cause headaches, says Dan the plumber.
Wow.
Okay, right.
It depends on the kind of woman that you choose to be around.
All right, I agree. I agree entirely. I'm 6'5" and 390 pounds, currently losing weight. What would you recommend I eat to not be a skinny fuck as I lose weight? I don't move a lot, sitting at my desk most of the day.
I would probably say if you're 6'5", 390 and losing weight, I don't think that you're ever going to be a skinny fuck. You're just not going to be.
What? I have a rash of my.
Yeah, you're not gonna be a skinny fuck. That's just not gonna happen.
What's the healthiest fast food for us techs that are always eating out? Figure out a way to eat out less is my answer, or find a place that you can eat out that's not a piece of shit and eat there every day.
I hate to be like the strict trainer, because with my clientele, I'm not the guy that says eat lettuce. I'm not one of those trainers. But I will say this, and this is something that has helped my wife out: prepare your meals in advance. I mean, when you're at home in the evening, you can control the portions, you can control the ingredients, and if you are prepping, I don't know, for 2 or 3 days out. Let's say on Sunday night, you prep meals for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And on Wednesday evening, you prep meals for Thursday and Friday. You can't get any faster than that. Like, you took your food with you to work. It's right there. You don't even have to stand in line and have somebody ask you if you want fries with that.
Any idea why muscles develop more on my left side than my right side? Left side is not even my dominant side.
Well, you may be dominant in part of your kinetic chain. You may be dominant on certain parts of it, and then you compensate on the other side by being dominant in the next part of the chain, which is actually quite common. So, like, I've seen a lot of people who are right-handed, but they're more stable on their left leg. So your body will find a way to even itself out so that it can keep you moving and decrease injury risk. I would probably try to work on some unilateral work to try to even it out as much as possible. Because when you have issues with muscular balance, it can creep up and cause injury down the line. It may not be this rep. It may not be the next rep, but it could happen sometime where it's like, oh, that didn't feel good, and it could be because of the lack of balance.
Do you know how to adapt your food and sleep with random work time?
You have a rash of your ass.
I think he means on his ass. Can I exercise it away for a waste of $2?
Okay.
You donated $2 to say that?
I would probably say to take that $2 and probably see a proctologist or
somebody who'll see you for $2.
I don't know. Yeah, or buy some preparation H, some ointment and some shit.
I used to be 117 kilograms, and I went through a hard depression, and I stopped eating for days and dropped to 65 kilograms in 5.5 months. I'm at 72 kilograms now, but I'm so used to not feeling the need to eat, I can't eat enough to keep me energetic. Any ideas that can help?
Dude, I've never been 117 kgs, but I can tell you that the experiences that you're dealing with is something that I've dealt with my entire fucking life. I give you guys an example. I went through a really nasty depression. I made it up to 186 pounds, which is what? Somewhere in the neighborhood of what? 70, what is that, like 74 kilos, somewhere in there? And I dropped to somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 60 kilos, somewhere in that 62 kilos. It took me 4 months to lose about 12 kilos of lean body mass because of depression. So when I get into those modes, sometimes I just had to say fuck it and just eat when I didn't want to. And let me tell you, it fucking sucks. I try to eat food that tastes good, especially if you're on the skinny side like myself. I probably say eating food that tastes good, that is the most nutrient dense, is the best thing that I can probably offer you. Another thing is supplementing with a liquid calorie source like a protein shake. Make sure that it doesn't taste like shit or doesn't taste like a bunch of chemicals, because you're not going to want to fucking drink that shit. Let me fucking tell you. I've been there. And then you kind of have to fall in love with your lifting regimen. You have to cherish every fucking rep. You have to kind of love it when you get tired, because that is one of the things that's going to drive your appetite, even when you don't want to. See, I'm in New York. We're going through a heat wave right now where we're talking about low to mid 90s.
It's disgusting.
Fahrenheit. I like the heat. I generally take in less calories because I'm comfortable in the heat. But today I had to force the calories in. I think I've had somewhere in the neighborhood of, 4,000 calories today. And I think my body really only wanted 1,000 of it. 2 of the meals that I had were liquid, just to make sure I can get it into my body.
This was seeming like the Ask the Doctor segment. Thought I might get some advice on my rash.
Man, I would say go to the doctor, man. Because, or I don't know.
Best way to trim away.
You may want to ask that chick you fucking, like, what's going on?
Best.
Like, yo, like, do I need to get,
were there
like,
before me?
Well, yeah, yo.
That's an important.
Yo, when was the last time you were tested? Like,
yeah, who was there before me? Best way to trim away my stomach. I'm not fat, but when I passed 40, I started looking pregnant. I'm kind of lazy, so I need something easy.
Yeah. Anything worth fighting for is going to be hard. There is no easy, quick fix. There are no fucking shortcuts.
Yeah, I want to fix my
board.
board.
It's a lot of hard work.
It's like trying to fix a liquid damaged motherboard with software. Just,
yeah.
I'm 6 foot 300 pounds and I'm eating junk, but staying a stable fat fuck. If I eat better, will I lose weight? I mean, yes.
It's possible.
Do I?
Just changing your diet is enough to change your health. And the thing is, even if you don't lose a pound, but you feel better, that's a signal from your body that you're doing good things for your body.
How do I?
So a lot of times people they fall in love with the number on the scale.
Yeah.
There's a reason why body mass index is not used by the medical community as an accurate way of determining whether someone is healthy or obese.
BMI says that I'm obese when I use the Google calculator.
Right. But, I mean, you're not obese, but we can do something about that belly.
I'm a fat ass, but I'm not obese. Let's see. For the rash, go to the baby section and get some butt cream. Jesus Christ.
98 and humid in Louisiana. I would love to be there.
God, no. I want it to be winter again. I hate this weather.
I hate being cold, man.
I have a 38,000 BTU air conditioner in a 100 square foot room, and it's not cold enough.
I'm trying to get to as many of these questions as I can.
You know they're never going to end, so at some point you're going to have to decide if you want to go home.
I do want to go home. I want to go home. I want to eat. I want to fuck. I want to play Call of Duty.
Mr. Rossman is fat? Not really. No, I am. I use a lens that's very tricky. That's why you can't tell that I'm fat.
Yeah, I see Mr. Rossman every day, and I look at his stomach, and I'm like, damn, we got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, look, it's a tricky lens. I am a fat bastard. See? I'm a fat
Yeah, Mike. Mike Bald MC. Yeah, we don't, we got to get people off of BMI, and we need to look at body fat percentage, and we also need to look more at how good do I feel today?
Call of Duty.
Does my body feel like shit, or does my body feel good? We need to be focused more on that than numbers on the scale. I do not play COD World War II. I do stream Infinite Warfare. I know people don't like the jetpacking, but
plug your channel.
Fuck it.
Where do they find you? If you want all these trolls on your channel, what do you know?
Yeah, I do the simultaneous Twitch and YouTube thing as well. But sometimes, like when I'm on my other friend's gaming channel and people self-promote, I either erase their comments or I time them out in the chat, so I don't feel all that good about plugging my channel, because I'm like, that's self-promotion. Fuck that.
You just don't want all these trolls in your chat. That's just
like I'll take the trolls. I like trolls, but I only accept trolls who are entertaining. You have to be entertaining. Like I had like some dude like come into my chat once about, oh, you look like a monkey. I'm like, dude,
that's boring.
Not like, all right, I'm cool with racism. I'm cool with it, but you have to be funny. You have to be entertaining. You have to be original. Otherwise, you get your ass blocked.
Store.rossmangroup.com. That is not where you find him. No. I'm 5'8". that lens, the lens lies. That's what you're looking at. Yeah, it does. It's a nice little lens. In real life, I'm actually a square.
Actually, Lewis's main issue isn't his adipose tissue around his belly, even though I hate it. His main issue is movement pattern. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get him to be as strong as he is, and then adjust his motion pattern so that we can avoid shoulder injury that is coming, and that I can make him even stronger. Because
it's the barbell version of putting the ISL on crooked, pretty much.
Yeah. If you look at his physique and you look at my physique, which one do you think deadlifts 400 pounds? At his physique, he should be deadlifting as much or more than me. And yes, I do deadlift. How much is that in kilos?
What's a kilo?
20, 80, 160. That's 180 kilos. Yeah, I deadlift 180 kilos.
Workout.rossmangroup.com.
Did you fire that other guy that tried to wash his balls in the ultrasonic?
There's a long story about there was a. So I've told this. No, there's a story on this. So there's a forum that we used to be on, and there was, you know how a short circuit on a board can get hot. So if you want to find the part of the board that's short circuited, typically we'll say, you know, put your hand over it, see what gets hot, put it to your face, and there was this one guy that said, okay, try your genitals, and the guy actually tried his genitals, put the board to his genitals, and then burned them. Because
in this room?
No, not in this room, in a forum. And because he said, you know, that skin is more sensitive. So then he said, use your lips. And he said, that's not sensitive enough. And then he said, use your balls. And the guy actually burned his balls by putting a board that was burning to it.
Let me tell you something. That guy was already involved in some kinky shit. Ain't nobody putting their balls on the circuit board unless they really fucking wanted to.
I've done it once. No, I'm kidding. It's
oh my god! What the fuck is that at the bottom?
Dude, it's healthier than what you usually get. He usually gets pizza.
Yeah, but
waffles,
remember,
and
having one meal that's good is not going to erase all the trash. You have to have.
No, this tastes amazing. That's all.
Oh, well, I mean, I would eat it. But then again, there's a lot of stuff I would eat. So, I don't know, guy. But you have to have a track. Your body has to see you consistently eat good things in order to treat food differently. So, this is a good start, but you have to understand that it's just a start.
let's see. Ball.
Yeah, the only thing I'm putting my balls on is somebody's nose.
Some guy on Reddit clipped a car battery to his balls to prove that they aren't harmful. Oh. Did you hear about the guy that tried to stab himself to prove that this vest was stab-proof, and then he wound up killing himself?
No, but I believe people that's... I remember one guy...
I'll just take their word for it.
One guy, this guy was a 2DA advocate. Now, disclaimer, I am an advocate of 2DA.
What's 2DA?
Second Amendment.
Oh. Yeah.
Right? I am an advocate of Second Amendment. This happened, I think, like in a gun range in Arizona or some shit, where his guy was... I know I shouldn't be laughing at this. This guy tried to teach his 7-year-old daughter how to shoot an Uzi.
Oh, man.
So the recoil, when she fired it, the recoil made the gun pop up in the air and shoot him in the head.
I think I heard about that story.
Like...
Yeah. The kid's going to have guilt for the rest of her life. That's the
I know,
sad part.
but it's just the idiocy of it. Like, how fucking stupid can you be?
Like, get her to start it at 12 or something. Or 14 or...
What
or,
the fuck
not
does
an
she need
Uzi.
with an Uzi that
Not
she
an
can't
Uzi.
fix with an AR-15? Like,
Well, I don't...
like, come on, son.
I think we're just... Do you have a YouTube channel about fitness? I've been trying to get him to open a YouTube fitness channel for the past 6 months.
So I don't do fitness on YouTube because
should.
it's a very saturated space. And to be honest with you, I make good money working with people face-to-face, one-on-one. So it's a lot of using a lot of time and resources for editing and voiceovers and uploading and all that shit. It's a lot of fucking work with not a whole lot of return on my investment of time. And I like to use my time to do other things. So I like to do my training, hop in the whip, go home, look at titties, and try to drop D-ats in Call of Duty, which I don't do that great of a job. But if you guys want, I'll leave my YouTube name and my Twitch channel in the comments section. Where'd you put the Oh, you put it on your leg.
It's clean.
You do know that if you like press this hard enough on your leg, you can re-injure your quad, right?
That's not true, is it? Chat. Tell me if that's true. Look what Lewis does. He has more revenue from having a YouTube channel. Yeah, now who says you have to edit?
No, I edit my videos.
Oh, I haven't edited shit in like a long...
I know, but that's why I only do live streams now, so I don't have to edit.
Yeah, I got lazy with editing for a few years.
Yeah, fuck that. I mean, if somebody asks me about fitness on my channel, I will discuss it. But most of the people that come to my channel, they're like kids that just want to see me, I don't know, shoot motherfuckers.
If Jason Blaha can make money on YouTube, then anybody can.
I just don't care about it that much. I just do it for fun.
Okay. Your trainer is trying to troll you. I think he is.
Oh, all day. You should see the fucked up shit I say to him on a daily basis.
Yeah.
He basically pays me to say fucked up shit to him.
Pretty much. That's accurate.
Nah, that's not what he pays me to do, but I do it anyway.
Get Copaz to edit your videos. I should. All right, I think we're done with useful questions here. And we fixed the board.
Yeah, so any of you guys that drop by my channel when I go live, definitely if you're going to subscribe, hit the notification bell, because if not, you're not going to know when I go on, because my channel is actually pretty fucking tiny. If you subscribe and you don't hit the notification bell, I may just get on the live stream for 2 hours and you'll just never know. But yeah, like I'm not good at editing, but if I'm going to actually make a video, I'm going to sit there for multiple hours struggling with fucked up editing software, trying to get shit to look perfect because I've got a touch of OCD.
S. Robin says the ultimate loser is someone who sits around and watches other people play the games they could be playing. Yes, like board repair.
I don't really agree with that because there are sometimes I just don't feel like playing.
You're watching somebody fix a circuit board and make. Not only are you watching somebody fix a circuit board, you're watching somebody else make money. I mean,
but
how could you?
But they're learning to make money when they do it. I mean, if they're just watching me play, then it's
yeah. But Call of Duty people make more money than.
But
me.
it's more about the entertainment. I mean, it's like when I watch LeBron, basically ask J.R. Smith why he doesn't know the score.
I mean, like those people that sponsor those DX Racer chairs probably make more than my whole store does.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Like there's a 16-year-old kid out there playing Dota, sponsoring a DX Racer chair, making more than I do annually.
Actually, the most successful YouTuber of all time, PewDiePie, at one point he made almost like 40 or 50
$600,000 a month or so.
No, more than that.
Yeah.
I think he's at 600,000 a month now that his popularity is down because he said some racist shit.
Oh, the thing with that was
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Was that the thing?
Mm-hmm.
He got somebody to hold up a sign saying, "It's like
no, he was saying
told whatever."
No, he was saying racist.
Oh.
Racist.
Because there was that one thing where he had people hold up the sign and walk around in somewhere in Israel or.
Oh no, I do know that Logan Paul is another guy that
he's a fuckface.
He got kicked off of YouTube.
No, I mean he just asks for it by being a fuckface.
Oh shit.
Oh. All right, about time to go. So that's it for today.
Yeah, so you guys can ask me if you come by my stream and I'm playing the game and I'm fucking raging like a motherfucker and you ask me a fitness question, I'm gonna answer the fitness question. So that's about as close as you're ever gonna get to me opening up a fitness channel. And of course, if there's any information that I don't have, I will make sure that I get the information from somebody that does, because I know some real crazy, intelligent people who are experts in my field. So, yeah, definitely.
PewDiePie was playing PUBG and said, "You fucking on stream." Yeah.
No, but I think that was the latest thing he got in trouble for. He said some other shit way back. It might have been, they might have classified it as sexist or some shit.
That's the thing. I've said some fucked up things while I'm playing a video game, but I've never said that before. Because like people say fucked up shit while they're playing a game and they're getting intense in it, but I've never said that.
Worse than that.
I definitely say cunt a lot while I'm playing a game.
Oh, that word is not really in my vocabulary. I think that I need to round out my vocabulary a little bit and diversify it with the word cunt. But it's such a weird sound. It makes my tongue feel cunt.
I know there was a Serbian guy that worked here that used to use the word constantly all the time, and he used it to refer to almost everything that aggravated him.
Like frosted cunt flakes?
No, before he knew what it meant in English. That was the funny.
Oh.
So there was something funny about that.
Oh, I could fuck with that.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. If you say that and you have 50 million subscribers, you're kind of asking to get owned.
He said, J.R. Smith, what's your channel called? Yo, you know how sad J.R. Smith is? He is the reason LeBron left the Cavaliers and went to the Lakers.
I know nothing about basketball.
Let's just say that a professional basketball player at the end of the game in a critical time didn't know what the score was.
Was he winning?
No.
Oh, if you're not,
he thought he was.
That's sad.
Even if you're not a sports fan.
Someone says you should add suka balat to your vocabulary.
Wait, what?
Suka balat. Oh yeah, I had a receptionist that used to say that all the time. So suka is
Constantly.
whore. Suka is whore in Russian, and balat is fuck in Russian, I think.
Oh shit.
All right.
Oh yeah, that sounds more like a European thing, a UK thing to use the word cunt.
We're never gonna get out of here.
It's
at
such
this
a weird
rate.
ass sound. I can't fuck. Ugh. Anyway, if you guys want to go follow me over there, it's all good. Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah. Peace. Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
You're gonna fix the next one, right?
Let me get some fucking practice first.
You don't need practice.